Welcome to 10-Minute Sales Training, practical sales training for everyday reps. This is short, focused coaching you can use immediately. Whether you're on the way to a meeting, in between calls, or building a team, let's get into it. In this episode, we are talking about the cure to fear, which is action. So there is a specific feeling that every sales rep knows. You're staring at your call list, or your prospect list, or your follow-up reminders, and you feel resistance. Not confusion, not a lack of knowledge, just hesitation. And your brain starts offering alternatives. Maybe I should organize my leads first. I'll send a few emails before I call. I'll start after one more cup of coffee. That feeling isn't laziness. It's fear. It's fear of rejection. It's fear of awkwardness, fear of hearing no, fear of bothering someone else. And here's the problem. The longer you sit in that hesitation, the worse it gets, because fear grows in the inactivity. So today's principle is very simple. Action cures fear. Not thinking, not planning, not preparing more, action. Okay, quick break, then we'll jump back into the practical side of this. So let's break this down practically. Fear in sales is almost always anticipatory. You're afraid of what might happen. They might reject you. They might brush you off. They might say something you can't answer. But once you make that call, something interesting happens. One of three things occurs. Number one, they don't answer. Number two, they say no. Number three, they engage in a conversation. And in none of those outcomes did you actually get hurt. Nothing catastrophic happened. But if you sit and think about making the call for 20 minutes, your brain builds it into something bigger than it is. Fear exaggerates the unknown, and action shrinks it. So let's use this as a prospecting example. So you block 9 to 10 a.m. for outbound calls. And at 8:59, you feel that tension. So instead of dialing, you check your email. That email leads to another task, and now it's 9:20. You still haven't made a call. The fear is stronger now because you've reinforced that avoidance. And every time you avoid action, you train yourself to hesitate next time. But if at 9 a.m. sharp you dial immediately before your brain can negotiate, you break that fear cycle. The first call is always the hardest. The second is easier. By the fifth, you're in a rhythm, and momentum replaces the hesitation. And this applies outside of calls too. Let's say you need to follow up on a proposal. You're worried they'll say they went with someone else, so you delay. But the delay doesn't protect you. It just prolongs not knowing what happened. So send the follow-up, get clarity, move forward, because fear feeds on the delay. Your confidence needs movement. So here's another example. Let's say you're in a presentation. You know you should ask for the sale, but you hesitate. What if it's too early? What if they're not ready? So instead, you talk more. You add more information. You delay asking the close questions. But every time you avoid asking directly, you weaken your own authority in that presentation because action builds your authority. Avoiding it is only going to erode it. Now, let's be clear, this does not mean reckless action. It means decisive action. Sales does reward the speed of your execution, but it's not impulsiveness, it's decisiveness. There's also a bit of a neurological component to this. Your brain is wired to protect you from perceived social rejection. Social rejection can mean a survival risk, and today it means someone hangs up the phone on you. Unfortunately, your brain hasn't updated, so it interprets that discomfort as danger. But your body learns through repetition. The more you act, the more normal it will feel. And that's why experienced reps appear fearless. They're not actually fearless, they're just conditioned. They've taken action so many times that their nervous system doesn't overreact. You build courage by doing the thing, not by thinking about the thing. So let me give you a structure you can use. It's the 5-second rule. When you know you need to act, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And execute before your brain negotiates. Dial, send, ask, move. Do not allow a debate. Because again, debate invites the fear. Movement kills the fear. Now here's something important. You will never eliminate the fear entirely in sales. New markets will scare you. Bigger accounts will scare you. Raising your prices will scare you. But if your identity becomes, I act anyway, you gain control over that. And control creates confidence. So here's your assignment. Tomorrow, identify the one task you've been avoiding, the uncomfortable one, the prospect you haven't called, the follow-up you've delayed, the referral you haven't asked for. Do it first, before anything else. Don't warm up with admin work. Don't ease yourself into it. Act immediately, because action reduces the fear, and reduced fear increases activity, and increased activity increases income. So understand, fear is natural, but avoidance is optional. Move first, think second. All right, that's it. If this episode was helpful, send it to someone on your team. And if you're leading a sales team, feel free to use it in your next training session. If you'd like to support the show, you can find that link in the show notes. Sales is simple, but it's not easy. The more intentional you are, the better you get. I'll see you in the next one.